Hello friends, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be hanging out in International Drive. International Drive is the home of the world's largest swing ride. It is also home of the world's largest McDonald's, two-story McDonald's, and also it used to be the home of the world's tallest drop tower. So we're going to be checking that out. There's a lot of things to do here in Orlando, not just theme park related, not just Walt Disney World related, not just Universal Orlando related, but there's a lot of things to do here. So we're going to be checking that out. We're going to be walking around iDrive. So I invite you to come join me. Let's go have a wonderful day. And this is the Orlando Eye. Well, known as the Orlando Eye. It's not called the Orlando Eye, but this is known as the Orlando Eye. Even though I've been on it in the past, I've never actually stood right next to it this close. So this is awesome. I love how it lights up at night. Very cool. And it looks like they're actually kind of painting right there. They're actually painting it, and I got some people actually working on it at the moment. And I remember not too long ago this actually got stuck, and the fire department had to come out here and bring the people down, which they did in a, in an awesome way actually. And they had spoken about how they had already practiced on how to bring people down if this ever got stuck. Now it is not moving because obviously there are people working on it, but the fire department kind of used something like this, like a boom, like you see there, to bring people down. But this is so freaking awesome. Definitely something to do, definitely something that I recommend doing. Obviously you get a very nice angle in that direction. They're building the new Epic Universe, and you can see a very good, you got a nice shot, you got a nice view of the now being built Epic Universe from the Orlando Eye. And obviously you get to see all around this area. You even get to see Spaceship Earth. I think you see Cinderella's castle from here as well. I know you do, but yeah, this is very cool. And since I've never actually stood on this side of the wheel, I always thought that this was an actual mural, but it is not. It's kind of like some type of plastic layover. But I always thought it was a mural. It would have been cool if it was a mural. But yeah, you got a couple of people here that you can recognize. Obviously, you got Rihanna, you got Dan Marino, the man right there, Beyonce and so forth. But I always thought this was a mural, but it is not. And then they're also doing some type of, they got vendors here. They got bull riding over there, which I've always been scared of doing. Just kind of fear falling off and maybe breaking my neck. But it looks like fun, but I've never actually done it. And here on this side of the building, they have more artists. Just a couple of people that I recognize. Angelina Jolie there. You got Katy Perry, Brad Pitt. Miley Cyrus, obviously, also. And then look, Ricky Martin. Haven't seen Ricky Martin in a while, but I always thought these were murals. Here they also have Johnny Depp, Shrek, Fiona, Gingerbread Man right there. So if you see at this time, which is 10:06, Icon Park is completely empty. There are no people here, but just give it a couple of hours. By 12 o'clock, this place is going to be booming. Restaurants are open. People are going to be having some fun. And so, yeah, right now it's completely empty. It kind of feels weird being here at this time, being that you don't see one single soul here. But we're going to head this way, and we're going to walk to where the world's largest drop tower used to be. Obviously, there was an incident that happened. A young man died there. And so, after a lot of, court battles and so forth, the family won. and one of the agreements was to take down the attraction immediately. But I notice here that there's a sign. Obviously, there are a lot of restaurants here where you can buy alcoholic beverages, but they do not allow you to pass this sign with an alcoholic beverage, as you can see there. But we're gonna head over to where the world's largest drop tower used to be, and kind of take a look and see what it looks like there. So let's go. So I'm just wondering, is there someone that's actually standing next to the sign, not permitting people to walk in this direction, right? Past that sign with alcoholic beverages? I don't know. It'd be interesting to know. So just because there's a sign doesn't mean that nobody walks up to this point with a beer or a cocktail? That's a good question. So obviously you can see that the slingshot is still here. And I believe it was the same company that built the drop tower. But, you know, since I'm assuming, I don't know a lot of details about it, I'm assuming since this attraction was not involved in the death of the young men, obviously they kept this one. And I'm wondering if this one's going to be operational at some point, and I'm sure it will be, otherwise they would have also dismantled this one. But over there, right next to it, is where the drop tower used to be. So we're going to take a closer look. So here's where that drop tower used to be. And, you know, the court decided to have this closed down and dismantled. And it was pretty much dismantled within, I'm going to say, a couple of days. It took no time at all. I remember driving on I-4 and seeing the drop tower, and then a couple of days later, maybe 3 days later, it was gone. So this is where it stood. And what I liked about it is the way it lit up at night. I just love it. I just love it. Just kind of like how you have the Orlando Eye lighting up at night. The drop tower also lit up at night, and it just made, you know, the city look nice. But you can see over here, we look up over the wall, it was completely dismantled, taken away. And I'm wondering if this drop tower is going to be built somewhere else. Maybe not. Obviously, you know, the drop tower, and in my opinion, it was the employees' fault. It wasn't so much the attraction. It was just the employees who were a little bit negligent in allowing the young man, you know, to ride the attraction, and obviously causing his death. But you can see there where it stood, but it's no longer, obviously. And now you only have the slingshot here. You can see here that they have a lot of section blocked off with this fence, and they actually have a pretty large field right here. And I'm wondering if that's going to be a project for a future attraction, a safer attraction for that matter. But I'm just wondering, you know, you can see a lot of area here, and it's closed off. I don't think it's closed off because they dismantled that. And again, it's just an assumption, but they have a lot of field here where they can actually build something else for people to enjoy. You know, there it is right there. There's a lot of field right here. You can see right here in this corner that they have some pallets, and I think they're brick. Yeah, I think it looks like brick. It might be some brick that's gonna be laid down here on this field. So again, it's just an assumption, but this would be a great like piece of property to build something, you know, some type of attraction for people to enjoy. So yeah, this time I pretty much have Icon Park to myself, which is it feels pretty weird, but soon enough I'm pretty sure that this place is gonna be booming full of people. In the meantime, I like coming over here when there's no one. It gives me the freedom to film without having to worry of somebody kind of telling me, hey, don't record me. You can see now that it's 10:52, about 45 minutes later, that people are starting to congregate here. It's starting to get packed. The Orlando Eye is still not operational at the moment, but I'm sure it will be pretty soon. But you can see here, people are starting to gather. Businesses are starting to open. And this is definitely gonna be a happening spot, even more than it is so right now. One thing you can do here at Icon Park is you can take the Pearl Express. You do pay to ride this little train. I've done it a couple of times with my family. That is so cool. If you are visiting Icon Park, you can see here there's a large food court. You can also see the attraction Sea of Life, where you can do a walkthrough and see some sea life. You can also visit the wheel, also known as the Orlando Eye. You can also have some fun in the game. It is a game room where you can play some arcades. And then obviously they also have Madame Tussauds, where you can also see some wax figures. It is a museum. And here are the prices to the Starflyer. If you're first time, right, it's $15. But if you return on the same day, you do not pay $15. You pay $9. So it's a total of $24 if you decide to ride the attraction 2 times. Here is a picture as they were building it. It's the very top of the Starflyer. See there. Some of the nuts and bolts that were used. Big wrench there. You can also see here how employees were able to sign the very top of the attraction before it opened. It's right there, the very top of the attraction. That little ball right there, you can see the employees signing it. So one of the employees here was telling me that the same owner of the Starflyer owns what is the Slingshot and what used to be the world's tallest drop tower, where the young man died. Now this is also the world's tallest, but it is the world's tallest swings. So that is something that I did not know, that that particular business owned or owns the 2 that are currently here, and also owned the drop tower. Now, the Orlando Eye is a different company. That is actually Icon Park. But these are the 3 attractions that we're talking about are owned by this other company. But on this attraction, there was also a death. There was a young man who was, I believe, testing the vehicle. He actually climbed up somewhere. I'm not sure how, from what height he fell from, but he did fall down and actually died. So there has been 2 deaths on these attractions, one being the Starflyer, one being the drop tower. And so it's not good for this company. And I think it happened pretty much within a 1-year time frame that both of these people died. Here you can see they have a couple of sculptures here. These are pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. I love the color of this one here. Lady swinging there. She seems to be all the way at the top with that wind blowing her dress. And they got this one over here with a little boy hanging onto some balloons. Looks like the balloons are taking them away. Oh, it's pretty nice too. Love the colors on it. Very nice. And then they have this one here. Have same as the first one, but this one here is a man or a boy, and he's also on there. Looks like he's having fun. It's pretty cool. Now I did find out, I had to look it up, that the name of the company that owns the Starflyer, the Slingshot, and also owned the drop tower is the Slingshot Group. And I've ridden this attraction a couple of times. And if you do want to ride this attraction and kind of document the experience, you can. However, it does have to be with the GoPro, and they will actually lend you a wrist mount where you can actually, that will allow you to film. Otherwise, they don't let you film the attraction with a cell phone in your hand. You do have to have a GoPro, and you do have to have either a chest mount or a wrist mount, which they will lend you. So that is pretty cool. But yeah, the Starflyer is a nice attraction. Again, similar to Orlando Eye. You can see way out there right? You can see the whole landscape of this area here. Not so much Orlando, you know, but this area here, you can obviously see Disney World, Spaceship Earth, Cinderella's Castle, and so forth. Now it's coming down. There's only one person riding the attraction at the moment. But yeah, it's something that I recommend if you're not scared of heights. Starflyer. And here is their flyer promoting the Starflyer, and there is the claim right there: world's tallest standalone swing ride. And here's another attraction that you will find in International Drive, which is also known as iDrive. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley's Believe It or Not, I've never actually been in there, even though I passed by so many times and it's caught my eye, but I've never actually gone inside, so I'm not even 100% sure how much it cost, but let's go ahead and find out. Really digging these sculptures that they have here. This one looks like a lion of some sort. It's got big teeth, and then they got a turtle over there, and then they have a live duck also. You got this little nice little fountain here. Love the sound of water, very soothing. But they also have this sculpture over here, this crocodile, this golf playing crocodile. Yeah, that's right, Wrigley's Believe It or Not. They got this sculpture there as well. That's very cool. Look, there's a little lizard here. Nice. They also have this dude over here. I don't know if it's the same one. You got one playing golf, you got one surfing. It's probably the same character, who knows, but that is cool as well. But yeah, I've never been in here. I did ask the employee in there, and he told me that it is $27 a person, but there is a lot to see here. So this is definitely something that I'm going to come back to. Made a video in here, very nice. They actually have a gift shop. I didn't want to record it because I'm going to leave that for the video when I come over here. I'm definitely going to come here one day to create a video, definitely. So one thing I just noticed is that right next to Ripley's Believe It or Not, they actually opened up another attraction, which is Ripley's Mirror Maze. And this is pretty cool, actually. As you can see, we took a look inside, and you can see how this is actually a mirror maze, just like the name of the business. And it is $16.99, $17 rounded off. And the attraction over next door at Ripley's Believe It or Not is $27. So if you're actually planning to visit both and you buy them separately, it is $44. Now, the employee inside was telling me that if you want to actually do both, they do have a combo price, which will cost you $39.99. So you're actually going to be saving $5 if you buy that bundle. But this is pretty cool. And she also was telling me that this opened up in November, and that's the reason why I've actually never even noticed this until now. Now, not too far from the attractions is a Chewy. Chewy's, what's special about this one here is that it has a big sculpture of Elvis. So if you're a fan of Elvis, you love Elvis, you like taking pictures with things related to Elvis, here you can find a very large sculpture of him there at the Chewy's. Very, very large sculpture of him. Very cool. And now you know he's here. Thank you very much. Another thing that you will find here in International Drive is the largest McDonald's. This is the largest McDonald's. I did make a video in there one time, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the link there so you can watch the video. But this McDonald's is amazing. It's got arcades, they got slides. You can see Mac Tonight there as well. You can see they actually serve pizza. I mean, there's a lot of things that they serve in this McDonald's that you will not find anywhere else. This McDonald's is 2 stories. I mean, there is so much to do. I encourage you to watch the video. If you are visiting Orlando for the first time and you are in International Drive, I suggest you go to this McDonald's and check it out. And right across this McDonald's here, you're gonna find this parking building. And that sign over there was installed by Disney World. And you can see here, they have their parks on there, promoting the parks. You can actually have a nice view of it on I-4 when you're traveling on I-4, which is over there. But obviously they changed it up. just a month ago, they were still promoting the 50-year anniversary of Walt Disney World. Obviously, that's come and gone, and now they have other stuff here that they're putting. I was wondering if they were going to take the sign down, but obviously they invested a lot of money on this sign, so it made no sense to have it up for just a few months and then bring it down. You know, this is a great opportunity to promote the parks, and you know, it's visible from a lot of the area here, particularly I-4. You can see how they also invested in these lights here, and believe me, this building is so awesome during nighttime. But yeah, I also love the building. It's kind of like Art Deco style, and just very, very nice building. Another thing that Disney did to this building is actually put a Disney store. So I've never been to this Disney store, so we're gonna go inside and take a look and see what difference there is between this store and the ones in the parks. They have a lot of merchandise. You can see here Minnie. They have a nice sculpture of Minnie, but they have some 100-year anniversary merchandise. They have some Loungeflies. They have Mickey and Minnie. They have some nice t-shirts. It kind of remind me of Hollywood Studios. They also have this awesome, very nice looking button-up shirts with Pixar. You got Woody on there. They also have a nice doll of the original Buzz Lightyear, but they also have some Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar merchandise for the little ones, for the little children. And you know, obviously they do have some 50-year anniversary left over. I'm pretty sure they're trying to get rid of it as soon as possible, so you know, we're still going to see some 50-year anniversary merchandise. But one thing that I definitely liked about it is that they do have a little room here kind of promoting the Disney Vacation Club, and you can actually have a virtual tour of some of the resorts. Grand Floridian, they also have, you know, other resorts that you can kind of do a virtual tour on. So that is pretty cool. So overall, I was really surprised to see that this store has a lot of merchandise and that it's big. And I particularly love this little sculpture of Pluto. Yeah, friends, that was a quick tour of International Drive, also known as iDrive. So there's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to see, and thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. More content like this is coming soon. So I'm gonna end this video like I always do. We came, we saw, and we conquered. And do me a favor, have a wonderful day. Peace.